Welcome to Strokes of Humor, everybody. How you doing? It's your
Hey,
boy
hey,
Junior
hey.
Hernandez, as always with me, Mr. Jeff Roberts, who always comes in 2 minutes, and Mr. Joy Towner. Juicy
Hey
Joy,
y'all.
Sex
for
life like
those
that.
I feel
I
like
was
you're
Uh,
like
you,
Janet
s-
Jackson.
who
It's Cynthia Towner, but Juicy Joy if you nasty.
that Al
Woo!
now. But
And
anyway, I wanted to hit you with this,
my
Jay,
God, was
because
that?
this motherfucker was just judging me because I had a timer that came on and my alarm went off and he was like, "You actually got an alarm for that?" Yeah, motherfucker, black people set alarms. I was ready for the show.
and
Motherfucker,
honestly,
that's
it's flipping because in season 1 and 2, Joy was always coming in like right before the show, and season 3, I'm noticing it's Mr. Jeff Roberts who's always coming in late, and he always has a story to tell with 2 minutes.
Right?
How
You
do
be
you do
like,
that?
"Shut the fuck up, Jeff. It ain't the time for this."
Be like Hot
what the
Wheels. I'm like
fuck?
30 seconds, 30 seconds. For those who don't know who Hot Wheels is, I'm not gonna expose him, but if you know, you
I'm not
know.
gonna expose him like he did. That sound like he did a
He did
porn or some
some.
shit. Right.
If you know, you know. If you're an original
Mm.
viewer of the show, you know who Hot Wheels is.
I bet he watching this show like Junior. Fuck you.
Probably like,
Oh well.
take off that hat. I just can't
Anyway,
quit you.
today's topic we're gonna do some TikToks like we always do, and then we're gonna talk about messing with family and vice versa. I know Jeff has a funny story about a flux capacitor. Uh, you know, we'll wait on that, but that's gonna be hilarious. And my parents recently have been scaring the crap out of me. I don't have the video, but I will next week, I promise. But how you doing, Mr. Joy Downer?
Man, you already know how I get out. I'm juicy. I'm in the building, so I'm happy. I'm
Yo, I hate when you say things like that because you make this really sexual. I'm just asking you how you doing.
listen. When you
Nah, but
plump,
like,
you see my
Juicy can be.
plumpness everywhere. Don't be acting like that. You know what I'm talking about. If you
Mm-mm.
want to take it there, that's because that's the stroke in you. Don't worry about it though. I didn't
I don't
make
know
that happen.
why you take it to
What were
another
you
level.
saying?
Isn't Juicy stand for like, juicy how I'm living, juicy what I'm doing?
Bro, she's black, not Mexican. What are you talking
I know
about?
I fucked that up, dude. My bad. That was a Rocco Cipriani right there. My bad, dog. My
Rocco,
bad.
hey, yo.
My
I
juicy
have to
is
bring him
juicy
back.
all around. That's why I spelt the way it's spelled because you see how to use is deep in there, and then you got the e's that wrap around. It's a wrap around of the juice, so that's why it's a juicy of the joy. So juicy joy.
I don't, no, we're done with this.
All
We're
right,
talking
Cynthia.
too much
Just
about wrapping around and you turning and sticking it in places it doesn't need to be. But like, we're
well,
good.
you said I
We're
come
good.
in 2 minutes.
I don't come to. Oh, you do.
You should have saw how bad your lips shook when
I
you
was like,
said
wait a
that.
minute.
Your
Wait
lips
a
was like,
minute.
no the hell I don't.
No, I don't. Unless it's really good, then I come back and win. You
My
know.
cramp hurt. I mean, my side hurt. Oh my god.
Oh, Mrs. Salute Celinda. Aloha, my lady.
Hi, salute, my dear. I'm so sorry for my.
Hi.
Just hey, Sugarfoot. Just hey, honey love.
How
Wait.
would I know what? Oh, did it come quick?
Oh,
I know.
because he practiced it all the time.
I'm not gonna expose myself, but if you
I'm
know,
not gonna
like Juicy
expose
I
does,
hope
myself.
not. Hot
no,
Wheels.
no,
You and Hot Wheels exposing each
Y'all
other.
always sound like a
that
cheaters
sounded so
episode.
bad. That
This shit
sounded so
always like a
bad.
cheaters episode. We're gonna expose them.
Mm-mm. Until you get stabbed, Sugarfoot.
Sugarfoot.
Chicken Foot, aka Drop Foot, aka Juicy, aka Rap,
aka Cynthia, aka Strength and You. By the way, before we get too much further, I want to give a shout out for Stroke Camp for those of you that are watching. If you haven't, please like and share or donate to the Strength and You Fund for helping these guys and everybody get to Stroke Camp in Asheville this year. We look forward to it. That's all I'm going to say.
Actually, the theme is TV Land, so that's going to be interesting. And yeah, if you guys haven't done so, like, share, donate if you can, but definitely share, get it out there.
I was going to say, please share.
We're definitely trying to get some more stroke survivors to go to Stroke Camp.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bust in the middle of our show when it's precious time and drop your guys' drop all of our agendas there.
Right. I was say it ain't just for us, it's for all of us. But no,
But anyway, we're gonna watch our favorite segment. What? No, go ahead.
You know, like me and my side have been putting in a lot of time and a lot of energy into, bringing this to light, is all I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of man hours spent behind.
We're gonna make sure we give you your flowers, Hot Wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
All right, TikTok time.
Jesus Christ.
Man, righty. On our first TikTok, we have a lot of them by our homegirl. You already know, Mrs. Catherine.
Shout out to Miss Catherine.
Shout out to the
back on the scene. And she sent me some personally, and I know she doesn't want me to put them out there, but we're gonna put them out there because it's what we do. Anyway, here's the first one.
Look, man, I have a real fun game for you guys. If your woman is ever really, really annoying, just FaceTime her from the tampon aisle and ask her what size party popper goes into her bearded clam, and then the game is to see how long you can live after that. But
what the hell? Oh man, we have a female on the team. How would you feel about that, Juicy Joy?
How you think I feel about that?
To be fair, I did put Michelle, my cousin Michelle, in that situation because it just makes her really uncomfortable. I will say that, man, just because she's autistic and I like to mess with her.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, hey, how big a stopper you need there? Can't even say the word tampon
that would be
without blushing.
Man, I could just imagine her reacting to that, and I'm just like, I feel bad for her already, and it's a hypothetical.
She won't even use a tampon.
Moving on.
One more. One big one. Let Sissy have it. One more.
The dog was like, we're not doing that, homeboy. We're not doing that.
Right.
You grabbed it by the hair. But if it was I was gonna say, if it was a black girl, that the hair would have came out. All right, I'm done.
What you mean that hair would have came off?
Yeah, because the weave.
They don't do weave no more.
Hell no.
They do weave.
You just did not say that.
He did.
I did.
Oh, man.
All right, moving on. I know when my time is done. Moving on.
Today I tested positive for sick of this shit. There is no cure and I may or may not be contagious.
All right.
I was just in the back just doing this.
No, I was jamming now.
Hey, but Stroke Camp is the 23rd, 22nd to the 24th. Yeah, that was random because there was a comment. That's a stroke in my brain.
What was that, Joy?
I just told you that was a stroke in my brain. I saw a comment and it asked the question, and I just had to answer it randomly without addressing the question because Strokes happen that way.
Jeff does. I don't know what that means.
I don't know, but I certainly do.
Right there, that's the question. September 22nd to the 24th, like boom, boom, boom.
Oh, coming to my house.
Someone to
If
answer.
you're wheelchair bound, then you're not getting up onto the third floor. But
I've been slacking though. You can. I don't know what that means. And
hello.
All right, we'll get back to it. My bad, y'all, for catching up.
Let's just go on with the stories, man.
We got Mr. Stevenson's car here with some tranny issues, and this thing grinds harder than your ex on a dance floor after 5 margaritas. What's this? Oopsie. As suspected, I now have to explain to Mr. Stevens how his son blew a tranny. Let's make that call.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Stevens. It's Dave here. Unfortunately, your son did, in fact, blow a tranny.
Oh, hey, Dave. Yeah, we're not surprised. We kind of figured that was coming.
Yeah, it's unfortunately going to be a pretty big, expensive fix.
If I'm being honest, we're not really interested in fixing it. We kind of suspected that was going to happen when he shifted gears as a teenager, so...
Oh, I see. Shifting gears hard and fast. That's why he blew the tranny.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's my fault. His mom had no idea, but he always asked if he could ride stick, and, honestly, I just didn't know how to explain it to him.
Well, don't be too hard on yourself. I mean, kids can get into new things and just want to pound the shit out of them,
Yeah, I told him, shortcuts and taking back doors can be a tough life in today's world, but, as long as he's happy, I'm happy.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can always get an automatic vehicle to avoid this situation in the future.
Wait, vehicle? Who is this again?
I'm sorry, Mr. Stevens. This is Dave from the auto shop. Your son blew the transmission in his car you dropped off earlier?
Oh, Dave from the auto shop. Oh, shit. I thought this was Dave's therapist.
All right.
I saw that one. I saw that one coming
a mile away, huh?
I've blown a couple trannies.
I knew you would get excited when he said that.
You smiling way too hard about that
way
life.
Too hard. Way too hard.
I'm Cyanide Sinatra, Galactic Gallagher, metaphysical.
That was the coolest dog I've ever seen in my life.
No.
Why? Because he was hitting the alarms and the sirens, and you went all, never mind.
He was supposed.
Mm-mm. Yeah, me and
you gonna play. Why you do it again?
Because I didn't read it.
Let me explain something to you. I set the rules and you follow them blindly, okay? And if you have a problem with that, then you can talk to our complaint department. It's a trash can.
Okay, moving on. Some of those TikToks were, yeah. Moving on.
Moving on.
Well, yeah, moving on.
How we're going to recover from that?
I don't know. Well, the TikToks and bubbles. Yeah, moving on. Anyway, still, Mrs. Joy, I want to ask you a question.
What had happened?
You are, for those who don't know, right? We're gonna go to stroke camp, and you actually are really excited about this, but you're also making me kind of nervous for your excitement. Why are you so excited to hang out with me and Jeff?
Who said I'm excited to hang out with y'all?
What you?
I'm just excited in general. For one, I am excited about y'all, but that's not my biggest excitement. First of all, the gang is finna get together. This is like some Scooby and the gang type shit. We about to be together and do mysteries and all. We don't know what's gonna happen about getting a Scooby van, and we about to do little. We don't know. But anywho, I'm excited for that. But I'm excited because I love people, and because it's stroke camp. It's just it reminds me of what is it? American Pie. You know, the one time at band camp. So we're gonna always
Oh
have
hell
yeah,
no!
not it's not gonna always be those necessarily those
But
experiences.
who's sticking the flute in their pussy? That's what I want to
I
know.
just
You know?
said it's not gonna necessarily be those experiences, but you're gonna always be able to say that one time at stroke camp. We're gonna always have that one time at stroke camp memories. And this shit is
Yeah,
gonna be lit. And I know me and my energy. I know how I turned it up in Happy, Texas. So I know what Asheville, North Carolina about to be like. And we met some people and we spread the word about SNU and lifted up. Man, I'm just excited for the whole experience. But y'all the bros, so this is about to be a whole list. Scooby in the game. Listen, we about to get turned.
yo, I'm mad that you said what you said just now, Jeff. Why you
What?
went there
What?
Which part?
with the whole flute in the pussy? Like,
Oh yeah, I tried to ignore that stupid shit.
Because that's the. Who's gonna stick the flute in their butthole then at stroke camp? You know what I mean?
It
Who's
might
gonna
be
sit-
you, Jeff, since you brought it up. We know what to do to you at night when you fall asleep in the tent.
Okay, I won't shit right for a week.
You're
wow,
used to it. It's okay.
wow. All right, I know you know how to
So Junior,
progress. Yeah,
why are you excited?
I'm excited. One, because I can see my team. Joy, this is gonna be the first time we meet up in person, so I'm really excited about that. But I get to see my brother from another mother, right? Jeff, me and you are gonna hang out for like a whole week, minus that weekend.
You always see
Um,
that motherfucker. That ain't exciting.
that's my boy. That's my boy, Blue. You know,
You're my boy Blue.
and I can't quit Jeff. If this was Brokeback Mountain, me and Jeff would be in the mountains right now.
I can't quit. You know what? On that note, check the comments. Just check the comment. Check the goddamn comment.
Why? Somebody was like, "How much?"
You got a
is-
question. Pay attention, Bubbles.
It didn't show up on the. You know how it shows the
It
notification.
costs $150 salute for registration, and that covers your place to stay, your meals, and your activities, and what
Mhm.
you know, all that kind of good stuff. And then you got to pay for your airfare if you don't live in Asheville, of course. And they ain't got nothing to do with that. That's all on you, Sugarfoot.
Yeah.
I had a question that I mean I didn't really look up because if you have to take a caregiver with you, right? Say you can't do your general, body cleansing, and a lot of people have to take a caregiver with them. Is the caregiver also $150?
Yes,
Is
the
it? So
caregiver
it's
is
$150 per person.
It's
And-
100. And if I'm not mistaken, the caregivers and the stroke survivors stay in one place, but then you separate when you get like to a certain place, certain part. Caregivers separate from the stroke survivor, so they'll have their own safe place. And stroke
So
survivors.
this,
What?
no. So this is important too. It's more not. It's very much for the caregivers too. They get pedicures, they get pampered, they get taken care of, and they get their release from a weekend of having to deal with caregiver burnout and dealing with their survivor or their their care, who they take care of, who they're taking care of. So it's not just the caretaker pays, but I mean the caretaker is going to get pampered. They're going to get like pedicures and manicures and massages and things of that nature. I mean, from what I read, from all the research that I've done.
Yeah, and Tammy, to answer your question super quick so we can keep it pushing. It's in Asheville, North Carolina, honey, but they got them all over the country. So if you just go to
Mhm.
strokecamp.org, guys, you can look and see which one is closer to your area. Boom.
And they do have a program. No, really, they do have a program for if you can't pay the whole amount, then you can sign up for economic relief or something like that. I was noticing. You know what I mean?
Oh, for real?
If you're yeah, I do believe that. But I mean, I don't know what the qualifications are.
Yeah.
Strokecamp.org. It's a great place, great friends, great time. It's people get out and do what they don't normally do, and they get to normalize being out in nature, and especially in the Black Mountain. It's a Black Mountain YMCA this year, just right
Yeah,
outside of
and
Asheville.
I've been there before, to Black Mountain, the YMCA over there, and it's really beautiful. So I'm looking forward. It's been a long time since I've been there, but I'm really looking forward to going and seeing the sunrise. It's gonna be and the sunset. It's gonna be a hell of a time.
Yeah, and the last thing, shout out to Mission Health because they're the ones who sponsoring it this year. At the one in Asheville, at least where we're going is Mission Health. So shout out Mission Health.
Shout out
Mission
Mission
Hell,
Health.
shout out. All right,
Change
this
my
is. We
We
have
might have to
another.
go over. We might have to go over.
Thank
so
you.
now
You're
on to the stories of the
welcome.
week.
Strokecamp.org. Thank you.
Thanks,
Salute.
salute. Yes, it
It
does.
sounds.
Honey. It
It
sounds
does. It
beautiful.
does. And my niece lived in Asheville for a few years. Yeah, Asheville's a pretty place. Asheville, North Carolina. It's a
I'm about to
wonderful
come and turn
place.
it out with some karaoke. Get lit in Asheville. Juicy Joy on the mic, about to hit the scene. You know what I mean? Like what? Okay.
You need to back up
Yo,
off your pain meds.
And you know I
honestly,
ain't took no medicine in a long time. That's probably what's wrong with me. But anyway,
honestly, like I don't think we have time really for the a topic to go into the topic, so we'll save that for next week, and we'll continue to talk about
look, he was ready to talk
okay.
mad shit.
Dude, we have what, 7 minutes? But like, come on.
Dude, but that's the hardest I've laughed in a long fucking time, dude. You got to admit.
Well, share your story. Then share your story because it's hella funny.
What the fuck? Well, I got stories. It ain't right. No, it's all good. I ain't gonna. It's all good. Share your stuff.
I don't
Have
even know if
fun,
I can do it
salute.
now. So
No, you better, motherfucker.
Let's go make
So,
all this big ass fun.
recently my mother-in-law's air conditioner went out, right? And we hired this guy to come in and he replaced the refrigeration, and then he said, "Oh, you got something wrong. I'm going to order the part. It'll be in tomorrow and I'll come back." So we gave him the money, and of course he didn't come back, right? He disappeared for like 5, 6, 7, going on 8 days. He still hasn't been back. And we're in a group text, right? And finally he responds and he says, "Oh, yeah, just the capacitor's out. You need to get a new capacitor." And so I'm in the group text, and somebody said, "What kind of capacitor?" I said, "It's a flux capacitor, of course." Right? Well, you all know flux capacitor is from Back to the Future. So
Mhm.
the thread goes on for about 20 minutes between me and my mother-in-law, Amanda Whitley, and we're all talking shit. And finally she says, "Well," my mother-in-law says, "Well, can you tell him to just that we'll pick up the flux capacitor and drop it off at his house?" And so Amanda starts getting mad. She's like, "It's a flux capacitor." And I was like, "Oh shit." So Amanda types in like, "Hey, find out what kind of capacitor it is. Jeff, you're in trouble." You know what I mean? Like, that's not funny. So I had to retract my statement and said, I was like, "Look, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have put it out there. The flux capacitor is what makes time travel possible." You know what I mean? And I said, anytime we have something that we don't know what it is, we call it a flux capacitor, especially when somebody says flux capacitor. And then I'm sitting there and I get a text, and it's an Amazon screenshot where she went through and tried to look up to buy the flux capacitor for her air conditioning.
Bro,
So
who does that?
nuts around here. Anyway, I laughed so fucking hard because, you know, when I typed flux capacitor, Amanda was sitting next to me and she goes, she's not going to get the reference. She's not going to get the reference. And then literally like 20 minutes later, I'm on Nextdoor and somebody found a Fitbit and they're like, do you know what this is? And then somebody like halfway down the thread writes, oh no, that's a flux capacitor. You know what I mean? Let's turn it up to 88 miles an hour and see what happens, you know? Like,
oh, that's hilarious, bro. When he sent me that thread and I seen that screenshot where she legit looked for the flux capacitor, I died laughing. I had to call Jeff. I was like, Jeff, this is not real life.
no, I laughed so fucking hard. I mean, I literally, I didn't know I wheezed like that. And Amanda was in the bathroom and she was like, I can hear him laughing from the bathroom.
What the fuck?
Like she said, she typed, you better call my mom and you better talk to her. You know, you better straighten this out, asshole.
And that's one woman you don't want to cross is Miss Amanda Roberts. She'll break your back and make you humble, boy. I tell you what.
Oh, I felt like an ass, but at the same time, it felt so liberating when I do that, and it worked so well, you know. Like,
well, I remember Miss Patty, that's Amanda's mom. For those who don't know, she put up a picture recently, and it was her and April from back in the 80s, and that hair, Jesus Christ, bro.
That Aquanet hair? Oh yeah, I think that was the 90s, dude. You remember? Well, you probably don't remember, Joey.
No, I don't remember. I was a baby.
You remember because that's I mean, you never use Aquanet. Put your hair up in a. You know what I mean? Like you were running around with knockers.
Aquanet, but I never used it.
No, I didn't think you did. I couldn't see you like.
So glue.
It already stand there. What I need Aquanet for?
He went there with the Soul Glow from Coming to America.
That's why he peeing on himself. It's okay.
Fucking Soul Glow.
One of my favorite scenes in that movie was when he was like, "Good morning, America." And they're like, "Fuck you," and he's like, "Fuck you too."
Yeah. Yes. Fuck you.
That was one of my jams, bro. Oh man. But we're gonna to wrap up the show. I promise we're gonna do some quality control on TikToks because man, this week was not it, bro. It was not hitting. I'm sorry I put y'all through that. My bad.
That's the magic of Hollywood. You got to put the funny ones on there first. I mean, you can't do a blind reaction on that because see what happens? They all suck.
But normally they're pretty good. So anyway,
this one is
I'm gonna do that.
Cut them down to less.
Yeah, I'm gonna check them out and make sure.
We need to do less TikToks and more storytelling and more joking.
I know. I like that.
Let's save that shit for the production meeting. How about that?
Yeah. We're doing a live production meeting right here on the show. It doesn't work that way. But yeah, definitely share, donate, like, comment, all that for Show Camp is going to be.
I hate the shit out of him. He just gonna go rolling.
That was Jeff's impression of Hot Wheels. If you know, you know.
Oh.
He hit that flux capacitor. He's about to go 80 miles an hour.
You can't not be shit all your life. She said, "I'm going for less TikTok."
Yeah.
More y'all, less of that. Probably we should get a poll on comedic healing. We'll get it together, y'all, because we love y'all, and this is all for you.
And normally they are busting, like
they really are. But still, shout out to Catherine.
Well, no, I mean I had a great conversation with Salute earlier today, and we'll talk about it later. But I mean, it was really edifying and nice.
I was going to say, don't you start this shit one before the show over.
That's how we started the show.
That's how
we're gonna end it with Jeff. And just inappropriate what time usage. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining the show. You guys have any imparting words of wisdom that you want to leave the audience before we head out?
I love y'all. Tune in next week. Join us for support group on Friday. Watch Strengthen You on Monday, and donate. But most importantly, share for this stroke camp, y'all, because it's important not just for us, but for all stroke survivors. Because once they see us and they see how lit it is, we about to change the game.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Jeff Roberts.
Yeah, just share. I've been sharing it on all the social media platforms, Nextdoor, Twitter, LinkedIn. I mean, we shared it on every platform that we were on. Me and Amanda are just kind of going hard.
And me.
And
I have to.
I love you.
I love you guys, and thank you for watching another episode of Stroke of Humor. And we'll see y'all next week.
Two.